That's pretty strong, Timmy. 20 seconds, Tim. Work hard. Work hard, Tim. Work. Come on.
4 weeks out.
The rivalry between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Ryan Garcia continues to attract massive attention.
I'm feeling good, man. Good thing I started camp early, because, I mean, stuff started. You feel stuff like aches and things that I don't know if I felt them 3 years ago, but they feel like new.
Attention from boxing fans. And now the latest developments have once again pushed their names into the spotlight after a confrontation reportedly turned personal. What started as another moment surrounding one of boxing's biggest rivalries quickly became a major talking point among fans, analysts, and the wider boxing community, with everyone asking the same question. What exactly happened between Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia? And could this latest tension eventually lead to another blockbuster showdown? The history between these two fighters has already produced one of the most talked about events in modern boxing, but despite the result of their first meeting, the rivalry has never truly disappeared. Ryan Garcia has repeatedly expressed his desire to get another opportunity against Gervonta Davis, while Tank remains one of the biggest stars and most dangerous punchers in the sport. Their contrasting personalities, fighting styles, and enormous fan bases make every interaction between them a potential headline. And when the conversation suddenly becomes personal, the attention only grows stronger. Fans immediately began debating whether the latest confrontation was simply another heated exchange or whether it could signal the beginning of a new chapter in their rivalry. Gervonta Davis has built his reputation as one of boxing's most explosive fighters, combining elite timing, patience, counterpunching ability, defensive awareness, and devastating power. Tank does not always need to throw dozens of punches to control a fight, because he has the unique ability to change everything. With one perfectly timed shot. That reputation has made him one of the most feared fighters in the sport, and it is also one of the reasons why a potential rematch with Ryan Garcia continues to generate enormous interest. Garcia, meanwhile, remains one of boxing's most recognizable young stars, known for his incredible hand speed, athleticism, explosive left hook. Look, fast combinations, and massive social media following. Although his first fight against Davis ended in disappointment, Ryan has consistently maintained that the experience made him a better and more mature fighter. He has spoken openly about how much the loss affected him emotionally and professionally, but instead of allowing the defeat to...
That's it. Bring this foot here. Okay. Now do it. That's it. Leave it at that. That's it. Good boy. Just bring it up. That's it. Chin down, Timmy. Bring it down. Tim, from where you are, I'm just going to ask you what comes next. Just do that, Timmy. No, yeah, but just watch and see. Yeah, and that all, here, boom, and boom, you know. That's it. The weight's the power from the hips. Twist it. Yeah, you got to twist.
To define his career, Garcia has used it as motivation to improve. He continues to believe that he is capable of defeating Tank if they ever meet again, and that confidence has kept the possibility of a rematch alive in the minds of boxing fans. The latest confrontation has therefore created even more speculation about whether the two fighters could eventually settle their differences inside the ring.
Hey guys, Jeff Fennick here. We're 1 week into our training camp and Tim's getting better and better every day. Around 10 weeks to go. We're going to see a new Tim Tszyu out there. We're going to have the man who's hungry enough to win the fight.
3, 2, 1, 2.
In boxing, personal rivalries often become some of the biggest commercial attractions, especially when both fighters have something to prove. A second meeting between Davis and Garcia would not simply be another fight. It would be a chance for Ryan to seek redemption and prove that the first result does not represent his true ability, while Tank would have the opportunity to show that his victory was no accident and that he remains the superior fighter. That storyline alone would make the rematch incredibly marketable. Add their previous history, the massive fan interest, the social media exchanges, and the ongoing debate over their different...
You know, you get in there completely sweating, it's drenched, it's hot, there's no air, but you find ways to keep on getting better.
6, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's
48, 49.
I mean, these conditions, running in 36, 37 degrees, high humidity, it's no joke, and it really does test an athlete mentally, particularly when they're training at that kind of intensity.
Look, he's always been focused, yeah? But this time I would say that he's putting more effort because he knows. This fight means for him everything. As they said, for them, it's a business. For us,
different styles, and the potential event becomes even bigger. From a technical perspective, the rematch would also raise fascinating questions. Ryan Garcia would likely enter the fight with the experience of facing Tank already behind him, meaning he would understand the speed, timing, and power that Davis brings to the ring. The first fight...
The track is a boxer's best friend and also the worst enemy.
Beautiful day too.
The sprint's got my legs, bro, I'll be honest with you. Yeah. No pain, no gain.
That's exactly.
Can provide valuable lessons about distance management, defensive positioning, and the danger of overcommitting against a fighter as precise as Tank. Ryan's biggest weapons remain his speed and explosive combinations, but he would need to be extremely careful about giving Davis opportunities to counter. Tank, on the other hand, would likely look to exploit the same openings that made him successful the first time. His ability to remain patient and wait for the perfect moment is one of his greatest strengths. And if Ryan becomes too aggressive or predictable, Davis could once again capitalize. However, Garcia supporters believe that a rematch would be a completely different contest because Ryan has continued to develop and gain experience. They argue that he is no longer the same fighter who entered the ring against Tank in their first meeting, and that the lessons learned from that defeat could help him make significant adjustments. This is one of the main reasons why fans remain interested in seeing the two superstars fight again. The first match
already, but why should fans tune in to Errol Spence against Tim Tszyu?
I think stylistically, it's the last hurrah for Errol Spence. Get in and watch his last fight.
But you plan, I guess, plan for a retirement plan, would you say?
Of course, if he's already talking about holidays and retirement plans, then this is his last goodbye.
Chip answered some questions, but it also created many new ones. Was Tank simply the better fighter that night? Or did Ryan make mistakes that he could correct in a rematch? Could Ryan's speed and physical advantages create problems for Tank if he changes his strategy? Would Davis be able to land the same type of counter shots again? Or would Garcia's improved defense and fight IQ prevent those opportunities? These are the questions that continue to fuel the debate. The latest personal confrontation has only added more drama to an already intense rivalry. Whenever two major boxing stars exchange words, fans immediately begin looking for clues about what could happen next. Social media quickly becomes filled with predictions, reactions, memes, and calls for a rematch.
Well, I know the type of fighter he is. He likes to take on again hard challenges. But I'm going to give him that regret feeling that, he should have taken a warm-up fight.
Yeah. Obviously, he had people haven't seen much anything of him from the last few years, and he had an open workout a few weeks ago, and a lot of people took from that, people looking like he's slow and this and that. I don't know if you took anything from it, but also I guess did you take anything from it if you'd seen anything from?
Honestly, I haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
But I feel like Errol's is a monotone type guy. Yeah. What he's good at is that constant pressure of constant punching, and it doesn't have to be flashy and quick and stuff like that. He knows when to throw the punch, and he keeps on going until you have to be until it's sink or swim type situation. So that's what he's good at.
While boxing analysts begin discussing the business side of the potential fight, the financial numbers would almost certainly be enormous if the fight were ever finalized, because both Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia have become major attractions capable of bringing casual fans and hardcore boxing supporters together. Their names alone can generate headlines, and a second fight would likely attract even more attention because of the unfinished business narrative. The question, however, is whether the two sides can agree on the right weight, financial terms, promotional structure, and timing. Boxing history is filled with rivalries that fans wanted to see, but never received because negotiations broke down. But the demand for Tank versus Ryan 2 remains strong. Ryan has made it clear that he wants another opportunity, and
I feel like I wouldn't expect it to be disrespectful to him. It's a fight, and I think I heard something he said about he gonna do me like Fundora did Keith Thurman, and just talking about a whole bunch of crap, and then he expect me to come shake his hand, and I just wasn't in the mood for it. It's time to fight. We're in a tough fight. Say it's gonna be a war, then let it be there.
I don't know if you remember a few years ago, after Amel became undisputed, you were in the tent and Tim Tszyu's name came up, and you were like, Tim Tszyu is trash. Do you still feel like that? And he's fought a couple guys since then. Do you think he's grown at all since you first said that as a fighter?
Yeah, he's good. He's cool.
The rivalry between Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia continues to attract massive attention from boxing fans. And now the latest developments have once again pushed their names into the spotlight after a confrontation reportedly turned personal. What started as another moment surrounding one of boxing's biggest rivalries quickly became a major talking point among fans, analysts, and the wider boxing community, with everyone asking the same question. What exactly happened between Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia? And could this latest tension eventually lead to another blockbuster showdown? The history between these two fighters has already produced one of the most talked about events in modern boxing, but despite the result of their first meeting, the rivalry has never truly disappeared. Ryan Garcia has repeatedly expressed his desire to get another...
Not really working now. I'm working a lot smarter than I'm working hard. Like, I'm still working hard, but I'm taking the time to listen to my body. Like, nah, we gonna chill today, or nah, we not gonna go hard every day. You can't go hard every day, especially when you like, older fighters used to tell me this, but now I know once you get a little older, your body tell you like, nah, like, chill today. I already gave you 3 hard days. Like, we gonna take it light today. So it's been a huge adjustment that I had to do, a real shift.
Air opportunity against Gervonta Davis. While Tank remains one of the biggest stars and most dangerous punchers in the sport, their contrasting personalities, fighting styles, and enormous fan bases make every interaction between them a potential headline. And when the conversation suddenly becomes personal, the attention only grows stronger. Fans immediately began debating whether the latest confrontation was simply another heated exchange or whether it could signal the beginning of a new chapter in their rivalry. Gervonta Davis has built his reputation as one of boxing's most explosive fighters, combining elite timing, patience, counterpunching ability, defensive awareness, and devastating power. Tank does not always need to throw dozens of punches to control.
Ronnie Shields, Errol's current trainer. Errol looking in great shape. And who is this next to him? None other than Brian Mendoza, Cuban-American, who actually fought Tim Tszyu. We'll get to that in a second. So, right off rip, one thing I'm noticing is Brian Mendoza always in shape, always kind of ready to go. Every time I've seen him, he's in shape. Errol don't look really small next to him. I mean, y'all let me know what you think in the comment section. But that's a good sign because Errol Spence, this will be his first fight at 154. And if he looked like real small, that would be potentially problematic, right? Going up against Tim Tszyu, who's been fighting, former champion in that division. So right off rip, that's the first thing I noticed is that Errol looks dialed in, about 4 weeks out from his fight. And now that we have a barometer in Brian Mendoza, I mean, look at Errol's shoulders. Look at, the width of him. It look like they're in the same division. So Errol definitely filling out. And what's beneficial for Errol is we're talking about a wealth of knowledge.
Control a fight because he has the unique ability to change everything with one perfectly timed shot. That reputation has made him one of the most feared fighters in the sport, and it is also one of the reasons why a potential rematch with Ryan Garcia continues to generate enormous interest. Garcia, meanwhile, remains one of boxing's most recognizable young stars, known for his incredible hand speed, athleticism, explosive left hook, fast combinations, and massive social media following. Although his first fight against Davis ended in disappointment, Ryan has consistently maintained that the experience made him a better and more mature fighter. He has spoken openly about how much the loss affected him emotionally and professionally, but instead of allowing the defeat to define his career, Garcia has used it as motivation to improve. He continues to believe that he is capable of defeating Tank if they ever meet again, and that confidence has kept the possibility of a rematch alive in the minds of boxing fans.
But there's because I know how good I am, but there's times where I'm like, even I blow myself away. And I mean, the stuff that I did with these guys this weekend, I blew myself away. I'm still talking about it to my lady and everything. I'm still hyped up about it. So you guys be looking out for those interviews. Shout out to Fox Australia, man. They're gonna bless us. They're gonna put together the finished product, and they're gonna give it to us so that we can put it on our platform, which to me is amazing. I'm super